Hello students, welcome back. So in this session, I'll explain you the concept of seed with simple examples. So seed is an initial value that is fed into the pseudo random number generator algorithm to start a sequence of random numbers. Okay. Now computers, they are deterministic machine, so they cannot truly generate random numbers of their own. Okay, instead what they do, they generate pseudo random numbers. Okay, numbers that seem random but are produced by a fixed algorithm. That's what they are. They generate pseudo random numbers. And what the seed they do, they determine the starting point of your algorithm. If you use the same seed, then you will get the same sequence of random numbers. All right, let's start with a simple example. So in this case, I'll explain the concept of seed through linear congruential generator. It's very simple. So this is my equation right here, and let me just yeah, this is my equation right here. Okay, so in this case, I start with my a equal to 5, c equal to 3, m equal to 17, and I start with my seed value x0 equal to 7. This is how your seed value generally starts. Okay. Now, I could have picked up any seed value. I could have picked up 7, 11, 14, doesn't matter. Same thing with my A, same thing with my A, C, and M. I could have picked up any values. All right, so I know my x0. Now let's calculate out my x1. All right, my x1 is going to be equal to, according to this formula, okay, my x1 is going to be equal to A multiply by x0, right, plus C, all right, and mod M. Okay, according to this formula, that's my x1. Now substitute your values of a, x0, and c in it. What is my a? Well, my a is 5, right? A multiply by x0. What is my x0? 7, right? We already know from here it is 7 right there. This is your x0 plus c. What is my c in this case? 3. Okay, all my values are right here. Okay, these are all my values. So this times, or not times, you're saying mod m, which is 16. Now, when you solve this thing, 7 times 5 is 35, 35 plus 3 is 38. 38 mod 16. Now, 38 mod 16 means that 38, when you divide by 16, what's your remainder? Well, the answer is 6. So that's what 38 mod 16 means. So in this case, my x1 is 6. So my first random number was 7, right here, 7. My second random number now I just generated is 6, right here. Now we're going to generate the next one. So my first was 7, the second one is 6. My x2 now. X2, again, use the same formula. A, x1, right, plus c. And then same thing, mod m. Now in this case, if you notice, this is what's changing. This is x1, this is what changed now. So in this case, this is going to become 5 times, what is my x1 now? It is 6, right? We calculated from here. This is my 6 right here. 5 times 6 plus 3, all right? And then you do mod 16, mod 16. All right, so 5 times 6 is 30, 30, 30 plus 3, 33, 33 mod 16, and the answer is 1, because 33 divided by 16, the remainder is 1. So your next pseudo random number is 1 right there. All right, so this is how I came with this thing right here. Okay, this is my x1, and likewise I did my x2 right there. And same way you can do your x3 and then x4 and so on and so forth. So these are my random numbers: 6, 1, 8, 11, and I can just keep going. And this is how I came with these random numbers right there. So 6, 7, 6, 1, 8, 11. 7 is your starting point. All right. So in this case, I was able to generate this sequence of random number. Okay. This sequence of random number with my seed 7. Now let's say I put a different seed now. I use my seed x0 equal to 2. What happens now? Well, same process. Okay. If you look over here, uh, basically I'm just doing is this. In this case, a, okay, my x1, if you remember, x1 is going to be equal to a x0 plus c, and then mod m, right? Mod m. All right, and this is what I'm doing over here, right there. So this expression, this right here, exactly what's happening. My a is 5, my x1 is sorry, x0 is 2, right? It's defined over here. X0 is equal to 2, so that's where 2 is coming from, plus c, which is my 3 right there. And then mod 16, you do your computation, and the answer is 13 right there. So my first random number is 2, which is this one right here, because I started with 2. And my next random number is 13, which I just calculated right here. And then if you keep going like this, you will come with, you can find your x2, you can find your x3, and this will be your answer. So your next random number will be 4, 7. So as you can see, if you start with seed 7, your random numbers are these ones, okay? If you start with seed 2, your random numbers are these. A different set of random numbers depending on which seed you're using. All right, gentlemen, thank you.